Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Matt and welcome back to all my viewers. We're going to be doing 6 anytime touchdown scores for Sunday's games only. I'm going to feature one player from each team for Sunday as well. So every team is going to get a little bit of love. And we're going to start off with the Broncos and Bills game because that game comes first. And the first player that we're going to be mentioning here is Marvin Mims Jr. This player I really love to score. With Denver being underdogs and Bo Nix on a heater lately, this bodes really well for the passing game. Mims has caught fire lately. I'm gonna ride that train. He's hauled in a combined 13 receptions over his last 2 games, and he's serving a great compliment to Sutton. If we look at Sutton here, he's been a really good option, but Mims is just different. They get him the ball in the running game, in the screen game. And he's a lot faster too. I do anticipate the Bills defense to lock in on Sutton. Sutton's also a demon play. The public really loves this play, but I like to fade the public sometimes. But I think Mims and the value that you're going to get, especially with his usage lately, it's been on the uptick for the last several weeks. So I feel really comfortable with this play. Also, if you're betting this game for overs and unders and you're picking money lines, I was reading a couple things, some fun facts. Denver is 7-3 against the spread as an underdog of 3.5 to 9.5. And another trend that's worth pointing out is Denver is 3-1 against the spread with teams with winning percentages above 75%. So keep those stats in mind because they're important. Second play here I really love, and this man has been cashing touchdowns for me all year long. We are talking about James Cook. James Cook, he's been cooking all year. In the regular season, he led. He was tied for a period of time, and he finished with 16 total touchdowns on the ground. He also had 2 receiving touchdowns, which brought his grand total up to 18 touchdowns in only 16 games played because he was injured for 1. This is actually the most popular bet to record an anytime touchdown this week. I was doing some information. I was looking for information through the sports books. Cook has also scored 6 touchdowns in the team's final 4 games. So the public is counting on him to score. I'm counting on him to score. And we're going to keep that momentum. And I definitely think he finds the board. I like James Cook more than Josh Allen here. We have 2 picks down and we have 2 more to go. We're going to step into the Green Bay and we're going to go to Philadelphia for the Eagles game. My favorite bet for the Eagles player to score, that's not Saquon Barkley, it's going to be A.J. Brown. The Packers are missing their lockdown corner, Jair Alexander. It's going to be a big factor. A.J. Brown is Hurts' clear number 1. And now that Hurts is back in action and ready to go, I expect A.J. Brown to have a huge day. Brown didn't play in the regular season finale but versus the Giants, but look at this. He had 3 touchdowns in his last games that he played in. The Packers also have yielded 22 touchdowns through the air, which is a lot, and Brown played them in week 1. Remember in Brazil when the Packers played the Eagles? He torched them for a 67-yard touchdown, and he finished the game with 5 catches and 119 yards. And I feel at home, Eagles, they're a lot better than they were last year. A.J. Brown to get in the end zone. On the other side of the ball, we do have to pick somebody from Green Bay. They just don't seem like an attractive option right now, especially with injuries and the way Jordan Love has been playing recently. But somebody who's been doing really, really well, it's going to be Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is going to find the end zone one way or another. He is playing versus an Eagles defense, which is solid, and they have one of the best rushing defenses in the NFL. But Josh Jacobs, the value here is kind of why I'm picking this. He's been sitting right around minus 200 all year. If you go to sports books, he's sitting around minus 130, minus 125. But Josh Jacobs has been an absolute touchdown machine, especially he's been carrying the weight of that offense since Jordan Love got back from his injury. He's found the end zone 15 times in his first year here with Green Bay. And remember, he didn't score for like the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season, and he's just been ramping it up ever since. I just mentioned that Green Bay and the Eagles played in week 1. He did not score in this game, but he did tote the rock 16 times for 84 yards, and he can catch too, and he had 2 catches for 20 yards. So I fully expect Jordan Love to give Josh Jacobs like 20 plus carries and then get some receptions in there too. Lots of opportunities here for Josh Jacobs. 4 picks down, 2 more to go, and we finish the day off on Sunday Night Football, and we're going to be looking at Commanders and Bucks. We're going to do the Bucks player first, and this person everybody's been targeting recently. It is going to be Jaylen McMillan. Jaylen McMillan's a demon play. You love to see that because you get more return for your money. There's a few reasons why I really like this. Mike Evans is going to be covered by Marshawn Lattimore. And even if you don't think Lattimore will get the best of Evans this time around, he's still the best corner on the team, and he's likely going to occupy Mike Evans. And this is going to be really well, or bode really well for Jaylen McMillan. And McMillan's young. He's a rookie. And having this potential here, especially at home in the playoffs, riding this positive momentum towards the end of the season, which I really like. I think he's really going to find the end zone here. The rookie has actually scored in 5 straight games, which you can see. And he actually has 2 games with 2 touchdowns in that stretch too, versus Carolina and Vegas. Baker Mayfield has really put Jaylen McMillan in that Chris Godwin category as a true wide receiver too. And with an over-under of 50, there's going to be a lot of points in this game. Jaylen McMillan, have yourself a day, buddy. Get in the end zone, help us out. And to bring us home, this is kind of like if you watch my other video where we won $1,000, a tight end to kind of save the day for us and bring us home with a full 6 out of 6. We're doing the same thing. We're going to go with Zach Ertz here. Zach Ertz, I know people are like, hey, what about Scary Terry? What about Zacchaeus? What about Jaden Daniels? Yes, those are fine and dandy, but Zach Ertz is kind of the sneaky play here. Not a lot of people are thinking about him, and he's been sneaky productive. Like I said before, this is one of the highest over-unders of Sunday with I think it's like 49.5, 50, 50.5, something like that. The Bucs defense is terrible. They haven't faced many solid offenses, and when they do, they get a lot of points scored against them. Zach Ertz has been one of the most important pieces in the offense. He has 6 red zone targets actually since week 17, which accounts for half of all his targets. So Jaden Daniels is looking for him to score. And this is probably the stat or the piece of information that really pushed it for me. Zach Ertz has been held out of the end zone in just 2 out of his last 7 games. Keep that in mind. And that's it, everybody. These are my picks. Marvin Mims, James Cook, AJ Brown, Josh Jacobs, Jaylen McMillan, and Zach Ertz. Come on, guys. Let's start the playoffs strong. I want to say thanks for watching, everybody, and good luck.